And we're in.
Start every week that way.
Hey, we're not mumbling about stupid stuff at all the moment we go live.
It's real.
That was the rule.
What is this thing in my hair? I think.
I had a moment of like, something is dangling right before we went live, but that's because I haven't had a COVID haircut yet because Canada. Hi, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to episode 4 of Fight Club RP. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you're all caught up. If you haven't, check the other episodes on YouTube soon.
YouTube.
On the muted mic.
There you go. Some might still be available on the VODs below the channel, so you guys can catch up. If not, well, you're welcome to stick around and catch up, but you might get some spoilers if you didn't see the others. So I think we're going to hop right into it this evening, because there's some cool stuff that I want to get to. So, continuing where we were last time, you guys started last session with a blurred camera. You guys started last session
Mystery.
waking up in the booming city of Silvery Moon, the Gem of the North, capital of the Silver Marches region, and with the goal to head out to the conclave of Silvery Moon, essentially to find the Vault of Sages, where you were trying to gather some more information on what exactly happened to this book. You appear to be on some sort of book fetch quest for a mighty lord who threw a bunch of coin and knowledge at you guys, appetizingly so. So you head over there, walked over the beautiful moon bridge into the university grounds of sorts, and discussed with some of the acolytes of this Vault of Sages, never actually getting in, as it seems to be a bring me a book and I'll let you in, and then finding out some information, speaking to the elderly, I believe it was High Sage? I'll look that up after, but I believe it was like High Sage, right? Archsage? Thank you.
Archsage, yeah.
I remember everything. Notes, guys. Archsage, who traded some information with you. Didn't take too much to convince him, because he seems a little desperate in terms of giving you some information on what happened with the book. There have been some digressions that have gone down, and other books that seem to have also transmuted from some sort of creature and caused a potential hit to the Conclave's high reputation. So, helping you guys out, giving you some insights and some names. You were given the names Yllirion High Scroll, as well as someone called Valor, a purple dragon knight from Cormyr.
Valor the Roofer.
Valor, who you found out is just taking up a roofing job.
The alcoholic construction worker.
Exactly.
I get it.
Hey, if you were a famous knight and then wound up in a city making roofs, I'd be drinking too.
The whole time.
She was lucky she almost fell on her sword.
Mm-hmm.
Wink.
So the party did that thing that always say that we don't do, where they split up to kind of tackle different things. So I believe that Lorath, Brachus, and King, you had a conversation with Valor trying to understand a bit more information, whereas Vickrel, you failed at trying to speak to the barman to get access into Valor's room, and then lost track of the party, went out into the market to look for some things, and stumbled upon a very nervous little scroll-selling mage acolyte guy called Yllirion High Scroll, who bumped into his horse, broke his nose, was totally pissy about it, and spoke with the guard, got some info from him, and then he guided you to a bookstand in the market square from which he was purchasing books.
Yeah, about the splitting of the party thing. So you have, Brutus, the person who says, no, we really shouldn't split the party. And then you have Brutus, who immediately upon saying that, just splits the party.
Yeah.
I'm going to go upstairs. I'll catch you guys later, man.
I'll be right back. DM, can I find the party? No! Yeah. You're in a strange city you don't know. Alright, so you guys eventually regrouped, and all headed off to that little book stand, and I will put it up on the screen here, and you guys made your way to Amberdune Books. which you had identified or you had been told or led to by Illyrion High Scroll, saying that that is where he had purchased the book that turned out to be a bad book, a bad batch. So they tried to sell you some books, didn't work out too well. Eventually ended up speaking to the manager. Manager really turned you away with a "I have other shit to do" cold shoulder, and you guys ended the session by being very productive and taking some bubble tea and some croissants. So I picture you guys in like a little Parisian sort of cafe on the side of the road in the market, you know, all drinking like a little espresso and having some little pastries to go with it. Just all kind of sitting there, and we ended as you watched the shift change for Amberdoon Books as they just, as I want to say Corvala, as well as two other people that are working, walked down the street away from you, as you saw the other shift come in from a distance that you were sitting at. So we pick up, and you guys are all sitting there in a busy street, contemplating what your next move is.
I genuinely feel like we ended last session going,
Pretty much.
we'll see.
Let's have some donuts.
It's pretty
Yeah.
accurate.
Can we acknowledge this lady's resting bitch face is like 10 out of 10.
Oh,
Dude, that's not resting. She is in.
active.
That is a projected. I
Solid
don't want to
nine-
talk about.
That's not
this.
RBF. That is ABF. Active.
15 hour
Face.
long resting bitch face.
Now, looking at the salesman that she's working with all day, I would probably have the same face if I had worked with the guy with the
I
purple
mean,
bat.
she's
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
here it is. Amber Doom Books. Oh, dude.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that's truth right there. If I've ever heard it. Oh,
All right.
Shift is
So-
changing. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
go on.
That was you said exactly what I was thinking. The shift is changing, right?
Quick, what's your favorite color? I'm just kidding. So shift is changing. Do they look like suspiciously moving out, like keeping an eye out for us while they're leaving?
Okay, so you want to know if they're like actively looking around as they're leaving, or if they're just like nonchalantly going down the street.
Yeah,
Right.
is there like something also like that they're carrying, like making sure they take from the bookstore?
Okay, so just roll a perception check because you see them moving away, but if you're trying to pay a bit more detail and really, you know, focusing your eyeballs, I'll need a roll.
Yes. I smell something.
Yeah. Are they looking at us at all as they leave?
So that's what King is instigating.
That's a good question. It's a good question.
It is. It is. With an 8 as a result, they are leaving. You'd probably see them like peer, sort of like, you know, driver's test, shoulder to shoulder. But you're not sure if they're actively looking or just stretching or just, you know, something
They're not
catching
doing
their
one of those,
attention
like-
normally.
Those classic like look around thing and be like, like one of those things. Obvious.
Not as far as King can tell.
Yeah, not as far as I can tell.
Yeah. With that
Uh,
roll and with everyone's passive perception, I mean, like, they're just looking around normally, but nothing seems, like, super stealthy and, like, you know.
How about the new shift? Is the manager somewhere we can see? Is she making any comments about us that we can? Or how far away are?
So they're, like, across the street, and with all the noise and people going, you know, people are walking through, kind of blocking your view, and then you see them again. The manager is, however, part of the group that left. So the group that left, you see Corvala, who is the one you spoke to, as well as Rama, who was the one that was like overly speaking and trying to like pull you in and everything, as well as Theron. So the third one behind the book that was like sort of tending to a book spine is also leaving, and 3 others seem to have come in.
Are they traveling together? Or
The 3 of them left at the same time, yeah. They left as the others came in. You saw them exchange a few things. Some people walk in front of your view. Next thing you know, you see them walking further down the street.
Should we? Maybe half of us should tail them, and the other half.
We're splitting the party. Love it.
I know. I was having the same thought.
What could
like,
go wrong? We've already done it. I mean, and we got a cool like horse bashing scene where a guy like broke his nose. That was hilarious.
It worked out so well.
Dude.
Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you, I should probably not tail those guys. I'm not very stealthy.
The giant cat is not stealthy.
You don't actually strike me as a stealthy fella unless we're out of the city.
Yeah, put me in some tall grass.
What do you guys think? Where do we go from here? Seems that everyone we've talked to doesn't have any idea about the books that they bought. They just wanted to sell it for some coin and just move on.
I got a bit of an idea. Why don't you try asking for the book to purchase and see what they give you? Somebody.
What book should we buy?
Mass Frost's Mighty Digressions.
The same book. That's not a bad idea.
Is the woman still there?
No.
She left as well. I see. Are we entirely believing her? That it is the other shift crew, or was that merely to buy her time so that they could leave?
So far today, I don't believe anyone I've talked to.
Well, what time is it? Is it time for the shifts to change?
They're changing
Yes.
in front of our eyes, Lorath.
No, I mean, are the other people changing shifts?
Other stores?
Why are you guys looking at me like that?
I'm not entirely sure they all operate on the same schedule.
You are, however, I think we established last time that you guys were taking like a bit of a lunch break.
Right.
And this was actually a shift around midday. So there would also be probably some movement in terms, and you definitely see some people going to lunch breaks and stuff, and you'd see like some longer lines in demand at like the pastry shops and the bakers and stuff like that. Basically just food courted this area.
And at this point, we've actively watched them like straight up walk away and leave, right?
For sure, they're getting further and further, and you're having a more and more difficult time keeping an eye on them.
Should we follow them?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the bookstore's not going to go anywhere.
That's a good point.
That is a good.
Just
Then we should go. We should go quickly.
We should catch up. All right. Yeah, let's follow them.
Let's fail
Okay.
some stealth rolls. There we go.
I crouch
So-
and do that.
All right, so this is being done stealthily so that they don't notice you. That's the plan.
Yes, but
Press
prior
next.
prior to that, or like as we're getting going, I would like to burn all of my bardic inspiration that I have left, which I'm figuring out how many I have left because I can't tell on the D&D Beyond app currently.
Didn't we rest before, or since the last time?
I thought we did. I'm unless we didn't update because my stuff is.
I think we are rested because I have all three.
refreshed. Yeah.
Yeah, you have kind of been away from us, so you haven't been around to inspire any of us.
May your feet carry you all so very swiftly. Sing a little tune in your head. Trust me, I'm with you on that. And I'll
nice.
inspire Boom Boom Boom, Lorath, King, and Brachus on all of their
Yeah.
stealths. Well,
Okay.
for the next 10 minutes, they have an inspiration die. And I am
Okay.
out of bardic inspiration until we rest.
What
I
is
feel so inspired.
what is your inspiration at right now?
D6 right now.
All right, so everyone has a d6 that they may add to any saving throw or attack roll that they wish, right?
Or ability check.
Or ability check. Yes, thank you. So you
So-
can't add it to like a damage roll, but you can add it to any other active
And
D20
with an
roll.
inspire, we can roll first and then decide. Right?
Correct.
That's baller. Okay.
Baller. So I would like everyone to roll me a stealth check. So you would roll a d20, and then you would add your whatever's noted on your page as being your stealth modifier.
You can also just click on the stealth.
Son of a
You can
bitch.
also just click on the
I
stealth.
mean, sorry.
I'm gonna
King,
roll
you
mine
are
a different
not-
way so I don't pull my character sheet up like on screen all the time. So I'll just tell you what my modifier is and add to the die.
Sure.
So this is +4, so 13 for me. Ooh wee, Lorath.
Nice.
Natural
So
20
two-
for Lorath.
Yeah. Before we get this like whole Scooby-Doo sneak attack thing going, I would assume that like the big dudes would stay in the back. We watch the smaller guys so we can like act as they act. But it's very. I see a Scooby-Doo like running between doorways type thing.
Okay, I will not sing the song, but I will also say that Nat 20 probably did you some good because as a party, I'm used to rolling with a party of 5. As a party of 4, I haven't decided what I do in a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So Nat 20 for 2, so that's awesome.
What did GB roll?
21.
Modified 20. Modified 20 for Brackus. Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so you guys make your way down the streets, feeling about as stealthy as you can, doing again that Scooby-Doo where once in a while they'll do that like Assassin's Creed thing where like, you know, the early Assassin's Creeds and they'll like turn around and you have to like hide behind a thing. But then you gotta keep up with them, if not the quest is gonna fail. A video on
Oh, that's the
YouTube about
worst
that.
part.
Yeah. I would like to know, other than the stealth, who is the person responsible for actively tracking them? When they turn a corner and making sure that you keep up. So who's leading this? Who's the best tracker in the group, you guys think?
Probably me.
This would be a survival. So if you want to know what stat I'm referring to, survival is usually the leading the expedition stat.
Let's walk that back for a minute. Wisdom is not my strong suit.
Gotta have something. Cool.
Not a survival crew, huh? Well, who wants
Well, I mean,
to
I
take the lead
would
then?
say I would want to do that, but I don't think Lorath would be the one to run up front, being the big guy and the not so remembery guy right now to be the leader. So I would say
I'm fairly
You wouldn't
small and
step
I
up?
have not terrible survival.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Vic will
Okay.
take
famous
point.
last words. Not
Yeah.
terrible one.
I believe in the better rolls than you had on Sunday and Wednesday and Sunday and Wednesday and
The
Sunday and
last 3
Wednesday.
and a half.
Yeah, the
fun.
last 3 months. 90 days. So I'm rolling a survival check.
Yes,
All right.
please.
+2 on this.
Ooh, there we go.
Okay. I mean, I guess not
Well.
awful.
Okay, 12.
That's above average.
All right. So you get to one of you get to one of these like complicated areas over here at some point. Where it's weird because you're trailing them because the book stand is over here on the right and you're trailing them and you keep up for a time and eventually they even cross back the market and go back across the other side, which definitely feels like a strange path unless they just needed to get, you know, some steps in or something. But now you wind up basically on this side. We have a challenge to work, so I'm all about steps now. So you guys get over in this area. And they begin moving like faster and faster and just sort of like darting more and more. So Vikral, like you have these moments where you like speed up and then you slow down. Okay, good. And then you guys kind of speed up. So it is very Scooby-Doo-ish
Yeah.
the way you guys are moving because it's very like windy roads and stuff like that.
They're moving in a very odd way and not of a just,
Yeah.
hey, let's go home. It's been a long day sort of stuff.
Seems
Yeah.
like they're on to us.
Have they done any of that stuff where the NPC will stop and go, "Huh, what was that?" Kind of. a
Yeah,
thing?
well, they haven't gone, what is that?
Yeah,
But they
that'd be kinda
have
obvious.
they have like taken some awkward like halfway pauses and just sort of like two would be talking and then you'd see that the third one would just sort of do like a 360 and then the two would stop talking as the other one pats the two of them on the back and they keep moving. So definitely, you know, you guys are no detective experts, but they're definitely taking extra steps, you know, in the process of going home, allegedly. All right, and eventually you guys tail them, and Vickrell, you have everyone stop, kind of hold your arm out, and everyone sort of like leans over at a corner of a house, and you see basically just sort of this little hovel of like a house with wooden walls on a narrow street, just tucked away in a corner of what really looks like a rundown district. And they just have like this little corner with like these sort of like scrappy like wooden walls. Some of the walls don't even look like, one side doesn't even look fixed to the rest of the walls. It just sort of looks like leaned in to like be a makeshift wall. So it really looks a little raggedy. But they open like this creaky old wooden door, and all three of them go in. And right after they go in, you just hear one of those like metal doors sort of like you see like two little eyes like looking out. And then you see another like
slat.
yeah, and it just stays there for a few minutes. And then it closes.
All three of them went into the same building when they were just leaving work to, quote, go home. I guess they didn't say they were going home after work, but...
Shift change.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I whisper to the group, King, I think it was the right call to tail this group. I think it probably is one of these ones that we're looking for.
It seemed like they knew we were behind them, or at least they were afraid that someone was behind them.
Yeah, extremely cautious for no reason if you have nothing to hide.
There's no windows or this is the only way in that we can see.
Yeah, should we search the outside, see if there's another door? Oh, I don't want them to get out the back.
Agreed.
It's like, how tall is the wall?
Let's kind of fan out.
We're casing the joint.
Yeah.
All right.
Case in the joint.
Right before you go to turn the corner, you see another like you again like pull back.
Oh,
And you see another set of eyes, kind of like.
I close my eyes thinking it's gonna make me invisible.
Okay, Drax.
Oh my god, that GB what you posted.
It's dead on.
What's the name of that movie? The Emperor's New Groove, where like
Emperor's
the
New
big dumb
Groove.
guy's just like on the wall.
Gronk.
All right. So you guys are trying to like have a look around the
Yeah, we
house.
just
How
want-
are you doing that? Are you just like
I just-
eyeing it, or are you going up and like patting the side? What are you guys doing?
So is there like other people around at this point? We're still kind of in the city. Like, is it possible for us to just kind of walk with flow of people just to see the other sides of the building?
It's not obviously as busy as like the market square or any of the main roads that you took all the way from the Dancing Goat and the bridge and all that.
Okay.
It's definitely more, sort of like residential. So you definitely see a few kids just sort of like playing with one of those like sticks and hoops in the street, just sort of like running in a circle. You definitely figure at all times you'd have probably, maybe like a dozen active people within view, because you are at sort of like one of those crossroads, because this is nothing but like a crossroads and then a crossroads and a crossroads. So it's not inactive. It's just daytime residential, basically.
Yeah, I just want to make sure there isn't another door.
Yeah.
Okay. So eyeballs are basically up close or at a distance. You guys are
At a
scouting this out.
distance. Probably,
Okay.
if I had to guess, we're sitting at 40 feet right now.
Well, we don't want to get too close because we can obviously see that guy is going to see us. The guy, the
Exactly.
peeker.
It
is
feels
gonna,
like she has a map or something.
No.
we just charge it.
Like, is there like people walking down the same street, or is it?
Yeah, it sounds like there are some groups of people, mostly
Oh.
doing like residential stand around kind of stuff. So
You guys are about 60 feet. But, like, about. I totally don't have any reference.
All right. The other question is, are there other houses around?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, like, not... There's no, like, verticality here, but definitely, like, these little houses sort of stacked one next to another.
Can we get onto the sides of the corners of the house? Like, is there ways to move, like, past the house?
Yeah, and there'd be, like, little corridors in the back. Basically, the way that this one's positioned is it'd probably have a house right behind it and one to the right of it, and then a crossroads on the opposite side, front door. So you'd probably have, like, a small sort of alley in the back. And you actually see a few, like, boxes piled, maybe, like, a stack of hay or something, it seems like.
Why don't we split up and go on each side and listen?
I'll go to the right.
Listen?
Right.
Or...
I just want to see if there's another door. If there's not, we can go in through the front.
Should we just go into the front and ask questions?
That's step 2, Laura.
Laura
Have
sounds
to.
more like Batman today. I like it.
Because of the math. What?
I love it. So, Brachus and Lorath, are you to go around back? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I would like to go. At least I want to see if there's another door, if there's a way out. I mean, if there might be something in the basement that they might get away, but I just want to make sure that we know where these people are.
Okay.
So I mean, the Vicar and King guys are staying behind?
I think we're... Well, King would... That'd be you. It's not to judge a book by its cover, but I feel like those ears can pick up sound pretty well, yes?
Not as well as I hoped.
Maybe we inch closer as they move around back and see what we hear?
Sure.
Come with me, Lorath. Come with me, Laura.
So,
Right behind you. I put my hand like on the back of his shoulder and like grip tightly so I know where he's at.
if you need me
So-
to-
I'm gonna take him around. You said there's a house to the right of it.
Yeah,
Hope
if you're
so.
looking straight at it, to its right and to its behind, and then left and front is crossroads.
So we're gonna go around the house to the right.
Okay, so that little back alley,
That's
basically.
right.
Okay.
And then kind of make our way to the back of the house from
Okay, and both of you are moving together.
quietly.
Okay. So, new group, new round of stealth checks.
Oh, good. That's exciting.
Oh, you ahead of time, Pedro?
How long has it been for the stealth checks?
You guys have been.
I
like,
didn't
honestly,
mean to roll advantage. I don't know. I'll try that
respect it.
again.
Yeah, I should do one more straight roll.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
that's unfortunate.
No.
That's what you get. That's what happens. The dice gods are upon us.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my
Any Fs in the
D6
chat?
on there.
Well, I guess that's what I was asking, because I'm guessing it's been longer than 10 minutes.
You've been
Oh, yeah, you
tailing them? You've been tailing them for roll me a d20 minutes.
Oh,
All right,
Come on.
here's the D20.
come on, old Brutus.
We'll
Crappy-
let the
crappy
gods
roll.
decide.
Of course we have.
You guys have been tailing them for roughly 17 minutes.
Oh, no.
That was my only good roll of the night.
You took a lot of detours.
Now it's gonna be 1, 2, 1, 3, 1.
20
All
minutes.
All right.
They
So,
took
yeah,
a lot of detours.
Bardic
Got it.
Inspiration is no bueno no more.
Not bad.
I'm gonna help.
All right, this is +4.
What the fuck? That's the same number as last time. Jesus Christ.
So 21 modified for me.
Nice. Very nice. Lorath 12, King 10, and Brachus 5. Pretty good stealth.
A
+4.
strong
Good.
5. Yeah, a strong 5.
Yeah, a solid quintuple the dice. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay. So, Lorath and Brachus, you guys stuck together, or each one took a side?
We stuck together.
We were like,
Right.
yeah, my hand was on his shoulder, so I was behind him.
Okay.
Now thinking about it, probably looked pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because he's smaller than I am, so I'm kind of like,
taking this man in the back alley.
yeah.
All right, so you guys go all the way around towards the other house on the right, and then basically continue through that back alley there. And like Brachus the whole time, you can't tell if it's like the strength of Lorath's hand on your shoulders, but it's kind of throwing off your ki or your balance or whatever monks use. And you keep like running into crates, and like as you get to the corner of the house and you're trying to be your most quiet, you like kick a chicken, and like a chicken goes flying.
Oh,
Victor and King, you guys see again that like, and like the eyes pop out. And you actually see it close, and then you hear sort of like a sort of like a grunting, and then the door
Patient
opens,
sound.
and you see someone sort of like fixing their shirt. And then he starts making his way around the back.
What is going
Do we
on
recognize who that? Like, is it one of the three?
Yeah, it looks it looks like the younger one that was like doing some checking on the book spine.
The
is
book
it kind of
repair.
like relieving grunts? Or
It's like
painful
some sort
grunts?
of like struggle pain grunt. Yeah.
Trying to open the door kind of grunts.
Yeah.
I thought he was taking a dookie.
Well, I mean, you don't know.
So
Yeah,
he
he
opened
had to
there.
wrap up in the bathroom before he opened the door. That's exactly what I took the time to do.
But he's investigating the
goes-
alleyway essentially.
Yeah, and he's like turning down the alleyway at this point.
And did that guy leave with any stuff on him, like a bag or material?
Nope.
And we did not see him, right? We were too far along.
No, so you guys basically just kicked a
Fastest.
chicken, and Brachus is like, and you just see someone turn around and go, hello? And you see that same young person, younger Theron, like late teens, let's say. What you doing back here, fellas?
We're
Oh, he
just,
can see us?
yeah, he
Oh,
Yeah. He rolled a 22 perception as he turned the corner.
Ooh,
he's 22 to my 1.
strong 5.
Strong 5.
Okay.
What you doing back here there, fellas? You a little lost?
We are lost.
In a back alley? Out in this community?
Lorath isn't gonna say anything. He's just gonna stare at the guy, not with any kind of intent, but just kind of like wind blowing, like
Okay.
not a dumb look, but like frozen.
We became separated from our other friend that we came to the store with, and we've not been able to find him yet. We thought in these alleys, he's kind of a cat.
Is that so? Roll
Yes,
a
have you s-
deception check for me.
Hell yeah.
Have you seen him, Andy?
Have you seen a big cat?
Big cat.
I've seen a
anywhere.
chicken! 15. Okay. I haven't seen a cat. That's my chicken, though.
I apologize for the chicken. I'm not very used to being around small birds like this.
Come here, Tabitha. And he just like kind of scoops up the chicken.
You know where we might find our friend? We're not really sure where he went. We lost him after we spoke to you guys at the bookstore.
Oh, you were the guys that spoke to us at the bookstore?
Do you not recognize me?
I do now.
This guy?
You stumbled a long way from the market, friend, and just stumbled upon someone you just happened to talk to not too long ago.
I do find a bit of luck in my life. Thank you.
Smells to me like you're into some funny business around here, and I think you should get off our property, friend.
Sure. Which property is yours?
Yeah, get him.
Wherever you're standing. If I can see you, you're too close.
Something tells me that's not your property.
All right, Lorath's face is gonna change a little bit.
Okay.
The stare is now more aggressive, and I'm gonna probably stand a little bit closer to Brackus
Okay.
and like kind of like glare down.
Okay. You see that seeing you kind of like puff up, he's like also gonna kind of like straighten up.
The man
Try-
holding a chicken is going to puff. Okay.
And he just kind of like arms his chicken. He goes, "Are you trying to threaten me, friend?"
So Lorath is gonna pull his great axe out from behind his back, and then just kind of like run his thumb across the blade of the great axe, like over and over. Be like, I don't see any reason for a threat.
We're just lost in the city.
Okay. I would like you to roll an intimidation check.
Yeah.
Gladly.
All these rolls stacking up are giving him some sort of opinion right now.
Ooh, that was way too
That
close.
was dangerous. That was
That was
dangerous.
close.
You did
Well,
feel the
about
dice
had a
don't
bad
roll at
time.
all, do they? They just kind of blop.
Okay. He's gonna go, I don't think that's a good idea, friend. And you're gonna see that his eyes are gonna completely glaze over, lost pupils, and his eyes are gonna shine this bright. They're not gonna shine, but they're gonna become like this bright neon green. And he's just gonna stare straight at you and be like, I don't think that's a good idea, friend. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Laura.
You're gonna roll a poopy pinch check.
He's already after that nightmare. He's already pooping his pants. He doesn't like this.
Just a regular Tuesday.
Wisdom saving throw.
Uh-oh.
That's not big.
That can't be great. That was
not
an
bad.
8.
Zero right next to that.
So Brackus, as Lorath's hand is on your shoulder, the tensity that he was holding your shoulder with suddenly goes limp, and Lorath falls on his back. And Lorath, that beautiful dream you had last night just hits you hard, and you are out cold on the stone floor.
Knocked out.
Knocked out. He is then going to put the chicken down, and he's gonna like whoosh, sort of like Wolverine. You're gonna see these nails just sort of protrude and push out of his nails, as it's gonna be like, now I recommend you get out of my territory, friend. Things are gonna get real ugly around here, this chicken.
And drag this guy out of here?
He can stay. You can leave.
I can't.
Well, then we got a problem. Now, why don't you tell me why you're really in our back alley?
Yes, welcome to D&D GB.
Oh, this is so good.
So you gotta watch what you say.
Don't pressure anything, GB, but I'm just
Ruin
I'm
your
a
real
cadaver
life.
here.
I know!
The chicken's gonna end up killing me at this point.
If you don't have dreams about what you say right now, tomorrow,
Yeah.
Squeeze just said, and it looks as if he's like growing in height as, you know, he's sort of like straightening up more and more.
You said his claws went out. Is he like changing? Like, is it slowly changing form, or is it just his hands?
So like his eyes are still like that bright green.
Ooh, I don't like
His nose ever so slightly, you know, kind of in like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they get like this little sort of like up wrinkle type thing. They kind of do like this up wrinkle thing, and the nails sort of like protrude from the tip of his fingers, and it's almost as if his forearms sort of like grow in length a little, and he's just like breathing heavier. What's your next move, friend? She's
I
like,
can't leave my friend here.
He appreciates that.
Now I'll drag him back to the street if you'd like.
And you're gonna walk far away from here, and you didn't see nothing. Or I swear we'll take you out right here, right now. The music's so good right now.
Yeah,
I know.
It's great. It's great. King,
Sorry, cut the
King
phone.
and Vicrold, we're too far away to hear any of this, I would assume. But do we see any of this?
So where they're positioned right now is really in the corner of the back alley.
Okay.
Just slightly behind the second house is where he kind of kicked the chicken. And this guy's also being careful that he's in a spot where he wouldn't be visible by the street.
Perfect.
About how?
But if you guys are doing something else, this obviously took a few moments. So
About how far would you say they're from us? Like if you were to turn the corner or whatever, or straight line.
still about that 50-ish feet probably. But last you saw them, they disappeared behind the second house, so they went a little further than where you guys have stopped.
Can I use, if we're by the door and listening or whatever, can I use divine sense?
What's the radius on Divine Sense?
60 feet.
Okay, you can.
Any people affected by Hallow, any celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet that are known behind total cover, blah blah blah.
Okay, wait, I need to look up one thing.
Oh.
What
I
class?
remember this.
What class or race is the mini boss inside this house? I need to find out.
The mini boss.
But kind of.
And it's all that? You don't just pick one and you get that?
No, it just says until the end of your turn, you can sense anything affected
Any of
by the
them.
Hallow spell or know the location of any celestial fiend, undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover.
Okay,
So it's like Molo's primeval awareness. I just get it all.
pretty much. You sense, I believe, nothing, but I'm just, making sure.
Laura's poor brain. It's fried.
It's about the
Nightmares,
same as it
doesn't
was
remember
before
anything.
you went stone cold. So
Actually, smarter.
Oh
than
yeah,
that.
but I mean, this can't help it.
This can't help it. You catch nothing.
Okay. There's no evil in this building, but there's definitely trickery.
Brackus. He's not
Alright.
making a move. He's just sort of standing there and
Am I at a spot where if he moves towards me, he'll be seen? Where's the
because
alleyway?
you came in from behind the house. So you moved up the little back alley behind the house. And then there's another little back alley behind their house going in both directions. So you're way over here in a little back alley between houses. So
Okay. Again, I can't leave my friend here. If you leave me alone, I can take him back to the street. What have you done to him? How long is he going to be out like this?
a while.
That's great.
Tell you what. I can take both of you inside and we can have a chat with the boss and talk about real things going on here.
I am very interested in talking to the boss, but not until I find the rest of the people that I came to the city with.
How many more?
One.
Ooh, deception check. Oh,
56.
let's go.
Never gonna get out of this house.
you're sleeping there, Barb.
You
You're
live here, buddy.
snoring on the
Sleeping,
stone
he's having
cold floor.
a,
Oh, that's
he's having a
Woo!
nightmare.
And you see him sort of look. Why don't you come back at nightfall? Knock on the front door. You and your two friends, and we'll have a sincere talk. And he kind of points at you with like his awkward sort of like nail cracked through. You see like the tip of his nail is bloodied as it pushed through his flesh.
Oh.
Gross.
He's like, yeah, gross. He's like, so this is a warning. If anyone else comes knocking at our door, well, I'm gonna finish what I started in this alley. And you're lucky I
Knock
got
at
the
night.
boss that I got.
Knock at nightfall. We can do that.
Knock 4 times. No funny business. No one else. Make sure no one's tailing you. Keep it civil.
We can do that.
Take your friend to get out of here.
I'm gonna drag his giant ass back to the street.
Like this whole time, is that like nightmare just replaying in Lorath's head?
Oh, nonstop. You're just running through these long stretch of corridors, and then it kind of shifts, and you're running, and like suddenly you feel like you see a light at the end of the tunnel, and then boom, out of nowhere, this like big sand block like lands in front of you, and a door opens to your left, and you just keep going, and you just hear this like hungering, bright red-eyed shadow just tailing you, and keeps intercepting you and forcing you to change path. It's very stressful.
And I'm still out cold.
Yeah. So, Brachus, you drag him out.
Drag him back to the street where
Take-
I know it. But at this point, like, I'm not going to take him straight to where I know these guys are.
Okay.
But I'll probably just drag him back towards, like, here. Like this direction, back towards the market.
Okay, just like away from the house. Are you staying in
Away
like back
from the house.
alleys, or?
Oh, I'm definitely going to go out to the street so that these guys can see me.
Okay.
But I'm going to take him.
Okay. So the other two, you guys are standing there, and it's been a while. So either they're doing a really good job of being stealthy because you're not seeing them move around the corner or anything. And just when you kind of hit that point of anxiety of like, holy crap, it's been a really long time as something happened, you see Brachus like 4 houses over, just sort of dragging Lorath out into the street and laying him up against like someone's porch. Still passed out.
Buddy.
And I'll just tap King on the shoulder if he's still like looking for evil or whatever, and time to go, friend.
And you see the one that left behind the alley come back in. Nothing seems off. Just goes back in, close the door. Kind of shutter opens again a few times.
Okay.
You guys made up?
Brachus, what happened?
As soon as I see those guys, I'm just going to be like, Vickrel, stay hidden.
Okay.
Off the road.
Cool. I'll dip into an alleyway a little ways away.
What time is it? How are we nearing nightfall? Isn't it like
No.
It's like
Not at all.
12:30.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like
Yep.
evening.
Yeah,
Pretty
we just
much.
had croissants and boba.
Croissants.
Wasaf and Boba.
Yes.
Brachus, what happened to Lorath?
I don't know.
Just take him by his collar. Wake up, buddy.
Yeah, we're like trying to wake him up. I'll throw some water on him.
Okay. The whole waking up a drunk thing. So
Yeah, exactly.
as soon as you all start actively shaking him, Lorath, you have a point in the dream where again the 3 shadows from 3 different angles just start collapsing, and and you just like try different directions, and they all kind of
Okay.
get you like, and you wake up, and you immediately see Lorath go like, ah! And just sort of like sits up and like shouts and protects himself instinctively.
So, am I out of the trance?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
what they see, the first thing that they see is you just sort of like screaming. You can see he was like actively sweating as he was sleeping. But like he wakes up and just sort of like shields himself. His eyes are closed.
yeah, I think that like if that happened, Lorath would like he's gonna jump up and knock both of them back and take off running towards the market.
Okay.
In a
Oh,
big
man.
panic. Like
Fine.
with knocking them back like he doesn't know who they are and just running to the market.
Okay. I'm just gonna turn. I'll say, follow him, King, and then I'll turn and just kind
He's
of
just
see if I can.
so
Steve
get, like
Dick roll.
pushing people out of the way and running, like just throwing people
Okay.
onto houses. No, okay, not that.
Like wild man.
wildly,
Yeah.
wildly running through the market.
I will
Okay.
chase him.
Can
Okay.
Dick roll see us?
Yeah, I'm not like leaving. Yeah, I just nearest alley,
Hidden.
and then from a distance, just keeping an eye, like intently watching and kind of confused. But Brackus clearly was not joking around when he said stay hidden, so I took him at his word.
Yeah.
King, follow him, and I turn, see if I can make eye contact with Vickrell and just kind of lean this way, and then I also follow. Start running into the.
I say fucking barbarians, and I chase after him.
Yeah, we gotta catch the barb.
You guys have like equal speed, right?
No, I'm 35 feet.
60 feet. I'm unarmed or unarmored.
Yeah, you're nuts, because monks.
I'm this close to running on the walls.
Actually, that's a thing. On water,
Level
too.
2. Level 2.
Wait, you guys are level 2?
Yeah, we're level.
Level 3.
No, we're
No,
level
we're
two.
level 2.
You're level 2, level 2.
Level 3 when I start trying
Oh,
that shit.
right,
Yeah.
right. What's your speed, Lorath?
30 feet.
Okay, so King, you would catch up with him, so it's up to you if you want to try and like tackle him, take him down. Like, what do you want to do to stop him? You'd actually manage to get ahead of him if you want to do something with that, because you do actually run faster, and even Brackus, you would catch up by the time probably before he reaches the market. You guys would be able to catch him.
And
Yeah,
I would be walking, not running, like blending in with crowd, like just trying to keep an eye, not being like prissy about
Melding.
it, but
Yeah.
Keep rolling.
I'm not trying to make a scene.
You're
Okay.
tailing a party of 3 giants.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I can walk and still probably keep up with them and
Yeah.
see them for a while.
You'd be fine. It's not like Lorath is leaving a subtle trail. Like you see,
Right.
like women and men just sort of getting up, picking up their laundry baskets, like "Oi!" You know. So you're just following that.
It's like
trail,
that
fine.
scene from Aladdin, just ripping through the market. Just
Yeah.
And if it helps at all, and like they probably don't see that, but what Lorath is like searching for like a keg of ale or any kind of alcoholic drink, like through the market as he's running, he's looking for that.
So you would not make it to the market with these guys' speed, depending on what they do. If you guys let him run all the way to the market, but you guys would be able to intercept him before.
Oh,
'cause
I'm
you're faster.
Gonna grapple him the second I get to
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd say both of you, because Brackus left a little later, you would both catch up to him same time. So how do you guys want to stop this steamroller?
Well, first, I think, I think I'm just gonna jump and grapple him. Just
Okay.
jump and grab him.
So give me a what's that? What's a grapple? Like an attack roll?
It is an
Strength
attack.
check? Strength check? What's the Brutus is my go-to for this.
an attack is a contesting athletics check on the grappler,
Athletics.
and the grappled is a acrobatics or athletics. And the grappled, if ties, it's a save, and they're not grappled.
Boy, you don't want this smoke. Lorath is gonna be out of this town before you guys catch up to him.
So athletics or acrobatics saving throw from Lorath and Brackus King. If you
Would
guys
be athletics only.
I'm gonna watch how it plays out.
okay, so athletics from Brackus then. This should be interesting.
Okay.
God, Brackus's rolls. What the hell?
Since character creation, this man has been blessed.
Woo!
Is there a possibility for a dice to be virtually cocked? Because I swear that was cocked between 1 and 6.
I
That
was
was
waiting
so
for it to
weird.
roll again, like it was
Right.
gonna go down again. It didn't.
All right. So Lorath, you're a big guy and you're just steamrolling through everything, but your mind is out of it and you are kind of like stumbling as you're rolling. Brackus, you know exactly how the human body works, so you know exactly where to put your arm to stop and where to put your arm to stop him a second time. And basically having that moment where you're like holding a bull from the front by the horns, like basically, yeah, you're in the front of him and you're like holding him back.
Lorath is gonna be like, "Let me go!" And like his eyes are gonna start like bulging out, and he's gonna start like getting veiny and like he's like visually kind of puffing up.
Lorath, look at me.
He's gonna keep resisting.
Just gonna keep holding until he looks at me. What do you run from, Lorath?
You don't understand.
I know. I don't understand. What do you run from?
That's the question.
No, you don't understand. Let me go.
At this point, does King get here? I'm not sure what to do.
Well, I'd say King is watching.
We can kill him and then like bring him back.
That's true. We're in a big city. We've got a scroll of resurrection.
See you guys later. It was
$500 of character art thrown out the window, killed by his own party.
No, we'll bring him back like real quick. No,
Lorath, what did he do to you?
Wasn't him. All right,
Wasn't
so
him.
as like you continue to talk to him, he like locks eyes with you, and he's like starting to recognize you, and starting to, like his eyes are starting to kind of like come back down, and breathing slowing. I need a drink.
Look at King. Ale. Get us ale.
I'm gonna look around. Ale, anybody? Ale.
For a silver piece, you can get ale, no problem. Get a
Oh
big.
man, I had 69 gold. Now I have 68 points.
Oh, not nice, not nice. Vickrel, casually, you eventually catch up to the distance that you feel comfortable with as well.
I'd say a good like 50, 60 feet away. And I just... my brain goes, now we're drinking on the job. Okay.
Lorath is going to one gulp any kind of booze you give him. Just one, just gone.
All right. All right, the breathing settles. Your mind sort of dials back into reality a little.
What happened?
I don't know. Calm down.
How did he do that? He brought it back.
Why don't we go and find somewhere quiet to sit and talk this out with our friends? We probably need Vickrel. You two are close.
I'll go get him. I'm gonna walk back and get Vickrel. But I don't go into the alleyway. I just kind of stand by the alleyway like this and then talk around the corner.
You guys are doing nothing but the like super secret spies, like hand signals and like motions everywhere. Like
I'm like stealing third base over here. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I got it, coach. I'm going.
it works out to your knowledge, so
Okay.
eventually you guys can meet up if you want.
Yeah, I say let's start walking back towards here, like just the south part of the market, so that we can get far away.
The inn is not far.
Where is the inn?
A little further over this way, I believe.
Here?
The
Yeah.
inn's over here, so probably a like 20-minute walk at least.
But I mean, if it's afternoon, I mean, I don't know that
Right.
we'd come back
We've
at
got
night,
time.
but Brackus would. Yeah.
We've got time. Let's move back to the inn and have a talk with our friend.
Should I continue to follow at a distance?
No, I think we're okay now.
Lovely.
I think you guys would make it to a distance to which you feel comfortable and definitely out of, earshot of the little like.
Yeah.
I don't think they're leaving if they're spending that much time going.
Right.
So you guys walk. We'll fast forward a bit. You guys walk for maybe like 20 minutes and just kind of keep everything to yourselves until you're in a more comfortable area, and eventually make your way back to the dancing goat.
Yeah.
Lorath would order another drink.
All right, just knock me off like a. What I charge you, a silver?
A
Yeah,
silver,
probably
yeah.
2 drinks. I'd probably
God.
say probably a couple drinks.
That's a lot, I'm assuming.
I think so. I think a silver is what I charged you for like the night.
Emergency market prices, man.
Yeah.
That's like those Uber surge prices. You got to watch out for that shit. When you start
Middle of the
screaming, "I
market.
need ale," they're like, "Yeah, give me 3 gold." Like, here you go, buddy.
Obviously, when you're in need,
Yeah. let's say like I can't remember what I've been saying. So let's just say like 5 copper a pop a drink. So you can
Okay.
just multiply that by the amount of drinks you think Lorath would have.
Okay.
And you guys find your way back to the Dancing Goat. You get a booth. What's the Scram Sacks? Wrong campaign.
Samwise? Or Sam G?
Sam G the Wise.
Yeah.
AMG the
We're told
Wise.
he's going
Again
over
there.
the bridge.
Working
real hero.
day and night, middle of the day. Just
Such a
after
boss.
currently pretty busy, doing dishes and everything, cleaning up after like the lunchtime rush. So brings you guys over some drinks pretty quickly, heads on back, doesn't take time to chit chat.
We need to talk about what happened.
It seems so.
Um,
Lorath, are you all right?
Fine.
Lovely.
Where were you, friend?
Doing my job.
they were watching that door, Lorath. Do you remember any of...
No, I don't remember, and I'm not talking about it.
All
He's
right,
doing like
we'll,
the angsty, like 16-year-old, like
Well,
We'll come
I'm
back
sitting
to...
with you, but I'm not sitting with
I
you.
remember when I was a teenager. Brachus, what do you have to say?
We'll come back to Lorath. Someone get him a chicken.
Lorath's
please.
eye starts to like pop out, like throbbing.
We came to look for a door in the back, and before we could get there, it was tight. There wasn't a lot of space. We made some noise, and one of the workers that we followed came out. And at first, he didn't recognize us, I don't think, but he eventually changed. physically. Um, his eyes changed color, and he seemed to grow. It seemed like claws came out of his hands. I couldn't tell you if it was similar to what we saw on our way to the Marquis place, but we spoke for
Do you
a
mean
little bit.
young Ryan?
I do mean young Ryan.
But he scared you guys enough to knock Loreth unconscious?
He didn't scare us. I don't know what happened. It seemed like he put some sort of spell on him. He just fell asleep. He fell back. I had to pull him back out. But after we spoke for a time, realized that we were looking for something that I think he knows that we're onto them. He asked that we come back at nightfall to talk to, I forget her name, the manager that we spoke to before.
ABF. Yes.
SAB.
Corvala.
Corva.
ABF.
But why would they not want to talk to us at the library, at the stand, and in their office?
This is where they are safe. I don't know if this was magic use or if it was something more nefarious, but he seemed ready to attack right then and there. And I'm unsure about my own ability to protect Lorath during that time, and so I talked him down. I did tell him that there were only 3 of us, and that we would be back at night. That's why I needed you to hide.
Makes sense.
I'm not going back there.
I was also
There's
far enough
no
away.
way. No way am I going back there.
Lorath,
You
when
can
you
tell
came
him
to,
2 are going back there. I am not going back there.
when you came back, you seemed to be protecting yourself from something. What did you see?
Lorath is just not saying anything.
Nope.
Shutting up, looking away, not interested in what you guys are talking about.
Lorath, it's me, it's Vikril. We've been through a lot together.
Oh, the mighty Vikril who was there when everything went wrong.
Lorath, I did my job.
I'm not going back there.
I need to remind you, we're under contract to the Marquis. I don't think he would take kindly to us abandoning what we assuredly know now as the people behind this.
I do think these are those behind this.
Well, the only way I'm going back there if I have maybe a couple more drinks, and I'm not splitting up.
We'll stay together this time. Well,
Let's
Nobody
just say
split up.
we're 1 for 2 on the whole splitting up situations. The second one did not work out so well.
So Lorath is going to order another 2 to 3 drinks.
CD is just deducting 5 copper, 5 copper, 5 copper, 5 copper.
I'm just like, yeah.
2 to 3. 2 to 3.
And we're coming back on when the sun goes down.
They want us to come back at nightfall.
What are we gonna do about Vikral?
It's a good
The
question.
way I look at it, we have 2 options. We come back at nightfall with 3 of us. Vikral stays behind or maybe tries to get in beforehand. Or we go back before nightfall and we break down that door.
I like that idea.
Lorath, you were 2
Lorath
seconds ago
turns his
scared
attention.
shitless of even speaking to them, and now you're ready to break down the front door.
Yeah, I'm ready as long as we're going in there to take care of them.
I do recall being told by the Marquise that we should
I
avoid
forgot about-
actually ruining his name and causing trouble. So if it's possible to get Vikral in without actually causing trouble and maybe not starting the trouble, it would be better for us. Why don't we just show up with Vikral and say that, that he's accompanying us as well.
Do you think it wise?
I think
We
it's-
would be proven liars upon the first sentence that we spoke to them. And if I remember during the afternoon when we were there at the bookstore, I was hanging back already.
Yeah,
So,
they've never seen us with you.
right, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I also think that Lorath here would feel a lot better if you were with us as well. Wink.
As long as we don't
Wink.
split up, and you guys are there, I will go back. How many? So I've had about 6 to 7 drinks now. What are Lorath's? What's Lorath's mental state? Like
Sloshed?
how much?
He's
We all
just
see what's going on here,
feeding me. He's just feeding me ammunition.
No.
That's the point. I'm not
The
doing that.
second
Not on
you take a
purpose.
punch tonight, you're just yakking all over the floor.
If you feel like you're at the point where you've spent a lot of 5 copper on your D&D Beyond sheet, then
I've
I will.
spent like 3 silver.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I'll have you roll a con. Yeah, we're gonna roll a con save.
He's turning green.
Depends. He's a big guy.
Wait, Lorath is a human, correct? Hey.
Oh, why? Hold on. Did anybody else see the dice go one way and then
Yeah.
like
Yep.
roll
Yes.
backwards?
No,
The
they don't really
man,
roll.
the man can hold his brown.
Yeah. You're good. You feel pumped, you feel more unnerved. No, less unnerved. More unnerved? Less unnerved.
Nerves of
Or-
steel.
Less.
You
no.
feel when you start getting that like loosey goosey of like, okay, I feel better. I'm in a good spot right now.
That's why
Sure,
I
let's do
changed.
it.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of changing gears. I feel like after so many drinks, he's kind of got like his nerves are settled. He's ready to do what he's got to do, but he was shook.
Path
Shook
of
it.
the drunken berserker. I like it.
I'm leaning
I'm not sure what
toward Brachus on this one, King. I don't like the idea of walking into a room being assumed liars.
Yeah.
And walking in with 4 people would do that. They know
would you
we're up to something already.
Yeah. How would you try to get in if something does happen inside? Plus, you, as far as I'm know, you're the best talker out of all of us. Like,
I do love to speak.
Well, we would go in with an advantage because we knew that we have Vickrell to back us up.
Would the sages want to help?
That's interesting. Just forego the speaking and let the sages know this is where the people who are responsible for it live?
Or hiding?
how long? Yeah, it's only like 1 o'clock, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, we can go talk to him too.
Okay, so is that the plan?
Go at the very least. Should we report this to the sages and then see what?
Will he
Yes,
ask for evidence? Because we don't have much. I feel we're right, but we don't have much.
As a reminder, you guys have the day to figure this out.
Yep.
Right.
We need to
Right.
do
We
it.
have to,
Yep.
today.
It's got to
Just a
happen.
reminder.
Yeah, yeah. None of us have
Today.
forgotten that.
This is the thing that's making us slow.
That's why, yeah, and that comeback tonight kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, who thought of that? Classic DM move.
Pressure.
Let's go kick the door. Well, yeah, let's go back tonight then. We'll find out what happens. And
I just don't know if we have. Like, my only concern is, what if that door is magically sealed? What if it's beyond our ability to listen? Then we'd go and we hurt one of our feet, and then they attack us anyway.
We heard one of our feet.
well, we gotta. You said we have an open invitation to talk to the boss. I mean, that's to get closer
We do.
to the boss to deal. If it
There.
gets violent,
There is that. Alternatively, we can show up, can knock on the door. They look out, they see 3 of us. The girl can hide behind us. We're all kind of large. As soon as that door is open, we can try and make a move. I think that we're at least being given the opportunity to hear out what they are up to.
Let's remember that I'm not the smallest guy, and I'm not the least intimidating person, and this guy didn't care. So you guys just be prepared what we're walking into. I was helpless within a second. He gives like a shiver.
He was helpless within a second.
Well, at least I didn't step on their chicken.
I did step on their chicken. That was
Tabitha.
Tabitha.
While you
Shout out
were
Tabitha.
back there, kicking chickens and going stiff, did you see a back door?
We didn't have time. We didn't get close enough to the building.
I can
don't
confirm
know.
this.
I don't know.
Did you say you can confirm this news?
I can confirm that you don't know.
Shit.
You were very distracted by glowing eyes and Big Barbarian going down in an instant.
well,
And he specifically told you if anyone else knocks on that door, he's going to attack us.
He said if anyone knocked on the door, he'd attack them.
oh, yeah, you can't attack us if we got. No, never mind. I mean, I still think we should try to bring Vickrell along. I mean, the worst case scenario, he can't come in, and Vickrell sees us.
Well, if they open the door and they see 4 of us,
It might be it. The alternative, the house had windows. If things go south, just throw something at a window and break it, and then I will come running.
All right.
I don't... In a fight, let's be honest, you don't need me.
The house had
do-
no windows.
The house did not have windows, so you can't throw a rock or anything through a window, so...
He's like a secret code, like a.
There's another
Well, that's-
option. I could go as one of you in your place.
I thought that as well.
Now we're talking.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually.
But then one
It would
of
have-
you, the
Yeah.
true fighters, would be waiting outside.
Well, trust me, if I'm waiting behind that door and things go wrong, I'll be inside in no time.
Lorath, they know you're one of us.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
only one that could stay out would be King.
Yeah. Well, I'm down with it. I don't mind.
Do you think...
Wait, so then who would Vikral be impersonating?
King?
Nobody.
But they don't
Who would-
know King, you said.
They don't
Laura
have
is
Vikram either.
confused.
Well, from my
So they-
understanding, Brackets said we're looking for our friend. There's 3 of us. So, but they don't know what the third person looks like. So it could be Vikral or me. They're like,
He did describe it... Well, I was thinking disguise self, because he described a kitty cat
Right.
head.
oh,
I did describe a cat, but I didn't say anything about how big you were.
Right.
And yeah, so a kitty cat head would probably get you in. Alternatively, I'm willing
Wait.
to try another lie and say that this is our partner. We're the 3 of us are looking for the cat.
Wait, do I not know how disguise self works? Could you not disguise yourself as me
Yeah.
and then go back in as me and I could be on the outside waiting to rush in? Am I not thinking that right?
Yeah,
Or-
no, that's what I was suggesting originally. Yeah. Like, I could
Okay.
go as any one
You
of the
disguise
3 of you.
yourself as one of somebody else, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I
Okay,
can
okay.
go up to a foot taller or a foot shorter and change any, like, physical features and things like
Gotcha.
that. I essentially have to stay humanoid, so walking on 2 legs. But that's the extent of it. And if someone looks real closely, it might not hold up. They might know something's up. Or if I'm a foot and a half, pretending to be a foot and a half taller, and they go to punch my face and they just go right through over the top of my real head, that's a thing as well.
yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Feel nervous?
I also think they're clearly experienced with the arcane. That might not be something that even gets by them.
Right. That's why I think that
The 3 of us
Telling-
go, and
Yeah.
King waits outside nearby.
King be the one we're looking for. I'm just nervous about splitting up.
We've
Now?
not a recent good track record.
We wouldn't really be splitting up. I mean, we're all going to the same area. We'd just be separated for a little bit. A little bit different.
If we go in the 3 of us, then that would give us the opportunity to have the 3rd, 4th look for another door.
It's true.
Then if they don't find one, what then? They stay by the door?
Yeah, I assume King would be the one.
King
So,
lead.
King, if you don't find a back door, stay close to the front.
Okay.
Is that the plan?
Watch out for chickens.
Snooze, does the front door open out or does it open in?
It opens like
Incoming
that-
specific DM question. Go.
That changes whether or not we can kick
Is the
it
house
in.
facing east or is the
Right.
house facing west?
it's very
Yes.
important.
Because if it opens out, none of us are kicking it in.
Is tonight a crescent moon?
When was the last blood moon? How many fortnights from now?
The door opens in.
Oh, great. Oh, perfect.
We have the shoulders for that door.
It would be easier for you to break into that door than I, King.
I'll take it. I got. Yeah.
All right.
Just try to avoid the violence if possible. I don't want to ruin this whole thing with the big guy.
Something tells me we're past that.
They
Judging
already
by
attacked
what you
Borat.
say happened immediately, I feel like this will start as a conversation, and in no universe does it do anything other than end in a fight.
And at the end of that fight, Lorath, I know that I don't know what happened, but there's a good chance that if the three of us walk in there, it turns into a fight with just two of us fighting.
Such little faith in Vikram.
What if Vikrul came in looking like Lorath and they tried to pull the same shit on you?
That was my plan the whole time. That's what I was trying to get at.
Just as if they try the same attack on Vikrul, it might be different. Lorath, can you give us any information on what happened to you? Has it happened to you before?
No. Why would you ask that? No. I was at one second you stepped on his chicken, and then he tried to threaten me, so I threatened him back, and then I woke up. That's it.
So details on what he felt. He didn't feel any physical pain. It just felt like an instantaneous deep slumber. Deep slumber. You went deep into your
Bad
your,
place.
your,
The upside
your bad
down,
place.
all of those
Yeah.
bad things.
Yeah, your mental bad place.
Was he like snoring?
Yeah, he passed out and he was out like open mouth, like heavy breathing. But yeah, like no visible signs on your body or anything. You're not hurt or strained in any way. You were just like instantly knocked out.
Okay, so clan. Vikram joins you guys as me. Fight breaks out. Well, you guys scream. I kick the door in.
Are you comfortable being in there, Lorath?
Loosey goosey.
Would you rather wait outside? This plan needs to be executed as close to perfection as possible.
All I can say is I'm not gonna let that happen again. I'm not gonna let whatever he did happen again. I don't want it to happen.
Brackus?
Worried about Lorath.
As am I.
We go in there, it does happen again. It's going to be down to you and I.
I mean, for the record, I'm not entirely useless.
It's
Oh, now I said something.
that was not my concern, Vikrul. My concern is that turns us into a 3 of them versus 2 of us fight.
That it just immediately incapacitates one of us. Well, if only I could inspire you to feel more strongly about stopping things like that to happen, but I feel like I may have shot my load, as it were.
Well,
Yes.
we
His
do
load is
have
expunged.
we do have some time before nightfall. We might do well to get a short rest.
It won't do shit for me, but yeah.
That's unfortunate. That's too bad.
I mean, we could long rest early,
Like now?
like now, and wake up at
Well-
nighttime.
Come
Where
back
are
at
we at?
9.
Where are we at time wise? This is the last day, right? So we have
Yep.
to be back by today?
No, we basically
Back
have
by
to
tomorrow.
arrive. I think we have to kind of arrive there by like tomorrow sometime.
Okay.
He said he was expecting you by tomorrow night,
Okay.
which was his next soiree.
And it was like almost a full day's travel. So we'd have to like leave early as balls
Today is
to
the
get
day.
there in time.
I'd at least like to go ask the sages if they know what the hell I saw in that. He
Okay.
grew bigger. His eyes glowed green. It was like bones came out of his.
Yes. We all know what happened.
I don't know what
Talking
happened.
about all of it.
If I feel like a good 8-hour sleep before nightfall would do me good, Vikrul would want to take that while Brackus maybe heads to the library.
You could take your long rest now. Yeah,
I'll do that. I think it's gonna be.
it'll be your
important.
long rest. It'll count for tomorrow because it's one long rest per
Right.
day.
So I'll be awake through the night essentially.
Well, I mean, you can sleep. It's
But
just
I
that
won't
it's
get the
not going to be
benefits.
a getting your abilities
Yep.
back sleep, right?
All right.
No.
Well,
shit.
I think that's
Okay.
important because I used I used sleep already chasing that homie. So
That is that same day. You're right.
Yep. So I have one spell slot used already, and all 3 bardic inspirations gone. I'll let everyone know that I'm gonna do that. Then I'll rest to be more useful tonight.
Okay.
Lorath,
Yes,
would you would you like to come and talk to the stages with me?
Yeah, I'll go with you.
And yes, I'll pay for another room.
Okay.
I like how we immediately just split up again.
Yeah, but you know where I'm gonna be for the next 8 hours.
yeah.
King, what are
King.
you doing? Yeah.
Damn,
Sorry.
I really want to take a rest just to get my one spell slot back. But
Yeah, if you think that you could use a rest,
I will do the same. Yeah, I'll
I've seen
rest.
you heal. I'd like to
Yeah.
get handy.
Okay. All right. So you guys head off to the sage. Everyone else falls asleep, and we're gonna take a little break, a little like 5-10-ish minute break, and then
Hey.
get back to some things.
A
I like it.
90-minute break.
I did.
We'll come back for a full 3 hours and then do a 45-minute.
All right. See you guys in a few.
All right, guys. Bye. Don't go nowhere though.